Hi, this is Chef Dakota with Friend That Cooks. Today I just wanted to share with you my recipe for the perfect roast chicken that is versatile and can be used for 100 different things. And the first secret to that is brining your chicken for at least 24 hours, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. Not only does that help with flavoring the chicken, but it also makes sure that it stays unbelievably juicy and tender even days after you've cooked it. So let me show you how to do that right now. So what I have here are the basic ingredients for a 24-hour chicken brine. I have 1 gallon of water, 1 cup of kosher salt, half a cup of whole black peppercorns, about 5 dry bay leaves, 1/2 lemon, 1 large shallot that's just been sliced up, 1 large sprig of thyme, and obviously our chicken that I've already spatchcocked, which just means you take out the backbone so you can lay it flat, which I have found has had a much better result in maintaining flavor and also even cooking. And I will combine all of these ingredients and show you what that looks like. Once your brine is fully incorporated with all of the salt dissolved, you simply submerge your chicken in the brine, and we're going to marinate this in the fridge for about 24 hours to let it absorb all of that flavor and let the brine do its work to make a nice, juicy, tender chicken. And through the magic of editing, I will be right back in 24 hours. All right, welcome back. It's been 24 hours. I've been standing in my kitchen for the entire 24 hours waiting for this brine, so I'm extremely tired, but I'm ready to explain what's going on here. So what I've gotten set up is a nice deep saute pan with a little bit of olive oil and some halved fingerling potatoes, and we're gonna rest our chicken on top of this. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna elevate the chicken for even cooking all around, and it's going to braise the potatoes at the exact same time and get a nice, delicious side with almost no effort. One of the most important steps to this process is drying your chicken with a clean paper towel. And what that's going to do is it's going to get all of that extra brine off there so that the skin can get nice and crispy instead of just steaming your chicken as if you kept the brine on there. And we're going to put a little bit of olive oil on top of our chicken when it's done so that our seasoning can stick and that skin can get nice and crispy. Another great trick for juicy chicken is taking some nice cold butter and putting it underneath the skin of the chicken so that it melts into the meat and makes it extremely juicy and tender. And with your butter underneath the skin of your chicken, the last step is going to be to season it generously. You can use whatever you like, but I've gone with a mixture of kosher salt, black pepper, tarragon, thyme, and fresh garlic. Now we're going to throw this in the oven at 375 for about 45 minutes and check the temperature. We're looking to take it out at about 155 because carryover cooking will get us to that 160, 165 for safe chicken. Once your chicken reaches an internal temperature of 155, take it out of the oven, and we're going to take out the chicken and the potatoes from the pan to let the chicken rest. And we're going to build our sauce in the same pan. Quick safety tip, make sure you put a dry towel on the handle of your pan to remind you that it's hot. So all we're going to do to finish this sauce is reduce down some of that liquid, add about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and the juice of 1 whole lemon. And what you're left with is a beautifully juicy and tender roast chicken dish with plenty of chicken leftovers to use for chicken salad, sandwiches, soups, whatever you can think of to use chicken for. Same way you would use a rotisserie chicken. Thank you for following along with this video, and I hope to see you next time.